I think it's really important that there are role models, and at the moment what they are seeing are the negative kind of role models, which are the guys who are involved in sort of the middle and lower scale of drug dealing. They're probably guys from their own community, and they see them doing really well. They see them with the big cars, they see them going off on the holidays, they see them having all this disposable income, and they see them getting away with that. The other side of the drug dealing is the number of young people who get caught in addiction. And of course, young people, being young, they think that they're totally immortal and that they will always be in control. But what we're seeing is that they're not. I mean, just this week, 2 young people died because of using this new synthetic drug, ice. Now, that's the reality, and sometimes they're not seeing that, but what they're seeing is the glamour of having the money because other people are involved in drug dealing. What has happened in the meantime is a gun culture, which has made people extremely fearful. Okay. And I would know Sheriff Street, North Wall. I live in East Wall, I have family in North Wall, and I know the fantastic community that was there in the past and who weren't afraid of confronting young people. But there is a terrible fear now because guns are so easily available. And you can't blame people for being afraid of that.
Now, the problem is with somebody standing up in and around Sheriff Street is you might get shot.
Yeah. And it is a real fear.
One of the more radical solutions for breaking the cycle of crime is to target the assets of mid-ranking criminals, as opposed to just the millionaire drug lords. This would mean an extension of the Criminal Assets Bureau, an idea now dubbed as minicab.
There are people, including myself, Community Policing Forum, who have been pushing for minicabs in the way that Tony Gregory years ago came up with the idea of cab. And he was the one who first said, follow the money. And he was looking at people then making fortunes out of drugs, but they were still on social welfare. So there was a way to get after these people. And I do think that a minicab in each of these areas could be very productive. And it's something that we will pursue.
I mean, faced with the endemic problems in the inner city and around Sheriff Street of crime, this seems to be one really simple and effective solution.
It is, and I think it can be done because it was done with the major cabs. But I do think the other aspect is the community policing. So it's absolutely vital that the middle and the lower level dealers, that they are held to account and that they're seen to be held to account. So that's not seen as a viable employment option.
The last thing you need in inner city Dublin is a role model in the shape of a wealthy, mid-ranking drug criminal. The last thing you need is somebody aspiring to a career path trajectory in the drug business. This minicab idea is a real solution, and I think it's an answer to a lot of the problems in and around inner city Dublin.